The third Thursday of November is, of course, synonymous with Beaujolais Nouveau. And indeed, most Beaujolais is drunk at a very young age. But not all of it. Some of it is aged for a considerable number of years. And I've got just one of those coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to yet another edition of Big on Wine, the show which, as always, is bringing you news, clues and reviews indeed. We try to keep you up to speed about just about everything that's happening in the world of wine. And my wine of the week for this week is indeed a Beaujolais, and it goes under the name of Joseph Drouhin Moulin-à-Vent, and the vintage is 2018. And this particular wine comes in for a price of just under €17 a bottle where I am. Fine, okay. Let's see if we can give you a few of the details regarding this particular wine. Now, this wine is produced by Joseph Drouhin, who is an absolutely fabulous winemaker, been in the wine business for years and years and produces some of the very best wines in Burgundy. Now, this is Moulin-à-Vent and Appellation Contrôlée Moulin-à-Vent, which means that it is a Beaujolais and from one of the best patches of the Beaujolais region, just to the south of the town of Macon in central France. Okay, big name producer, big area, hence the price. Now, in the Beaujolais area, of course, the big grape is the Gamay, and the Gamay is a purple-coloured grape used to make red wines, not only in Beaujolais, but also in the Loire Valley of France. It's a very ancient grape. It's considered to be, 600 and 650 years or so old. Generally produces a fairly abundant crop, and it's typified by relatively high acidity. It usually produces a light-bodied, fruity wine. But of course, some of the wines, like this one here, are aged for a few years. All right, let's take a look at the wine in the glass now. And as we can see, the wine in the glass has a kind of, what would we call it? It does have a color somewhere between cherry red and purple. It's an interesting combination of colors there. Semi-translucent, definitely has elements of dark cherry in it, but also a distinct purplish tinge to the wine here. All right, so far so good. Let's try it in the nose, see how we get on. Here we go. Now, this is, in terms of aroma, is absolutely first class. Young red berries talking to me here. Has a lovely, delicate aroma, which is somewhere between cherry, I would say, but there are elements of other berries in the mix here as well. So I'm getting a gamut of red berries in the nose. It's very aromatic. Cherry, cranberry perhaps, even a touch of lingonberry in the mix there. Even something spicy or peppery, almost sweet as well in the nose. Very interesting, the nose on this wine. All right, let's try it now in the mouth and see what we can find. Let's see whether those aromas carry over into flavors. Fine. Now, first impressions. Medium-bodied wine. Definitely has those cherry flavors in the mouth, but there's also something there which is much kind of greener and fresher, almost like a stony hint to the wine. Yes, in the mouth, the acidity of the wine now comes to the fore. We're getting the same selection of berries, the cherry, the lingonberry in the mouth, very clearly. The acidity is pronounced. The sweetness in the aroma is now disappeared. It has very, very lively acidity and a nice greeny, fruity finish to the wine. I can't put it any better than that. It's fruity, but it's also herbaceous. There's a kind of a greenness to it as well. Now, the serving temperature for this wine is important. I think you should aim for a temperature of around 13 or 14 degrees for a wine of this kind, so significantly below room temperature. What are we going to be enjoying a wine like this with, an aged Beaujolais? Well, I think this is very much a good all-rounder. It will complement pretty much all kinds of light meat dishes. I think the connoisseurs would go for pork dishes with this particular wine. Maybe the acidity and the slightly fatty content of pork would balance each other out rather nicely. I think perhaps something like pork sausages would make a particularly good choice in combination with this wine. All right, let's bring you the heads up on this one. This is different. This is not Beaujolais Nouveau. This is aged Beaujolais from a quality producer from one of the very best parts of the Beaujolais wine region. It's a classic Gamay wine, medium-bodied, high in acidity, maybe costing €3 or €4 more than it might due to the area and the producer. But I'm quite happy to give it 3 stars plus out of 5. Okay, folks, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video. And of course, this was a little introduction to a Beaujolais, but not a Beaujolais Nouveau. This is Moulin-à-Vent, vintage 2018, from a renowned winemaker, Joseph Drouhin. Nice stuff indeed. Gamay grape in play, of course. Okay, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us a big thumbs up. Yep, give us a like. We do enjoy getting those. Drop a comment down below. Why don't you share the video around to your heart's content? And hey, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing so. And while you're about it, why not hit the little bell icon down below and you'll be informed as soon as every new video is uploaded. And naturally, I'll be back again next week with another great wine of the week for you. But until we meet again, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there. Be good to each other. Enjoy your wines. And cheers.